Truth team. Hey man, I can't tell y'all the difference between a man, a street nigga, and a bum ass nigga. Shout out to my girl for this, cause she made me really think of some shit, and that's why I like having people around me that honestly made me think of different videos. So, the difference between a man, bro, a man is stand up. He do a lot of shit. He there for the kids. He help his wife. A man can be gangster just by taking his kids to school. A man can be gangster by just helping his kids with his homework, shit, spending time with his kids, taking them out to play, do different shit, being in their life being in their life oriented. A man is a loving and cherishing person. He may not be there on time all the time, but when he is there, he make every situation count. He make everything that he do in that kid's life viable. He make everything that he do in his woman's life viable. Whatever the fuck that's going on with him as a man, he make sure he stand on every little situation that he's supposed to. He don't let nobody stop him. He don't let nobody override him. And when it's time for him to go chase money, he do it. He provide for his family. He a loving and trusting man. He just all around a great person, a person who love. He open up. If he can help you, he'll help you. If he can show you love, he'll show you love. If he can be there, he can be there. If he can show you not to have self-doubt, he'll show you not to have self-doubt. Like a man comes in a particle of different places. You know, a lot of relationships, a lot of households wouldn't be together without a man. You feel me? A lot of households would be broken. Like mother would have two sons would be out doing this, and the mother just be stuck. She'd have her sons out doing this. She hurt because her son's doing this. But the reason why a man play a big role in the house is because he can put structure to it. A woman can too, but a man's structure is very different from a woman's structure. A man's structure is tough love, but he only doing that because he know how this world can be and how he came up and what he had to do. Because us men, bro, we ain't got no shortcuts, bro. Everything that we got in our motherfucking pocket is for us, and we had to grind for it, and we had to do what we had to do. We had to suffer through them hard nights to become the person that we are. We had to literally be mistreated, misused, go through certain situations for us to become the man that we is. That's how this shit normally work. Everything not just a given. Sometimes you got to get taken from to understand what being a giver is like. And that's the truth. That's the truth. Like, you know, when you a giver, you always going to be taken from, because everybody going to try to take your kindness for weakness, especially as a man. When you know you a giver and you a helper, and motherfuckers expect you to always yada, 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 yada. Sometimes you got the right to tell them no. You feel me? You got the right to stand on your word. That's what a man is about. A man who just stand on his word and believe in what he believe in. And if he care about it enough, he's going to achieve it. As long as he's doing the right shit that's around his family and taking care of shit that's oriented around his family, that is the right person to be around. That is the right man for you to have, ladies. Just a man who just stand on nothing. Not a nigga who got $1 million. Not a nigga who a drug dealer. Not a nigga who none of this. Like sometimes what it was good. You feel me? Grass ain't always greener on the other side. You feel me? So understand, when you rather deal with a nigga who just working a 9 to 5, trying to figure his life out. Not even figure his life out, working a 9 to 5, just trying to accomplish his dreams. That's what he doing. Or you rather deal with a nigga who already got it. It's like, because y'all say y'all want to deal with a nigga that already got it, but don't understand that the nigga that already got it ain't really thinking about you, and he got other women that's going on. This is what I'm trying to tell y'all. A man stands on different principles. He don't care about the luxury. He look at the preview points of what a man is about and what he's supposed to be doing. Fuck all this shit to make him have a self-image of what a man's supposed to be. Him being a man, every man has their hard days, and that's one thing y'all got to understand too. Men go through a lot, but as long as men stand on their particle, who they supposed to be and what they supposed to do in that household, that's a man, and just love him for that. Number 2, a street nigga. You know, you got a lot of street niggas that's fucked up, ladies, like niggas who beat on you, do crazy shit to you, you know, make you use drugs, misplace your shit, steal from you. You know, a lot of shit. Like a street nigga, you got some street niggas who just healthy minded. They may sell drugs, they may dibble and dabble in other street shit. They may do a lot, but they know they don't bring that shit towards their family. But then, you know, you got some street niggas who just fucked up mentally. Women have been raped before. Women have lost their life behind a man. Women have went to jail behind a man. A certain particular street nigga. And remind you, the niggas that I'm talking about, like this nigga, the street particular nigga that I'm talking about is a boy. A boy don't put you in a situation like that. Now, the street nigga, a real street man, he try to keep you away from shit that can get you hurt, because he know he know this streets don't play, the streets plays for keeps, my nigga, and everything that he do, it can come back to you, it can come back to his mom, it can come back to anybody. That's one thing about the streets, my nigga, that a lot of people may not seem to understand, but that's what come with this motherfucking life. To be honest with you, a lot of this shit come into play. You know, being a street nigga can get people killed, you can lose money, you can get money back. Shit. When you think about it, what is money, my nigga? Because you lose it all the time. Shit, even when you doing the sale, you feel me? You losing out on money. When you think about it, because you don't know who you selling, who you getting shit from. Yeah, it might be this, that, and the good. A nigga telling you is good, but then it's like, shit, when you selling that motherfucker, is it really good? Is it really supposed to be this? A nigga could have rocked you out your money. A street nigga may be having a bad day and want to take it out on everybody else in the world. So it's a good side to a street nigga, ladies, and it's a bad side to a street nigga. But that don't mean always go for what you know. Go for what's different too. A street nigga ain't always gotta be your first category, you feel me? And a lot of niggas choose to be that nowadays versus just being themselves. And that's why I tell women, just promote a nigga to be himself, because if he acting like somebody else, you will never get the true meaning of him. That's a street nigga. A lot of street niggas who ain't street niggas act like somebody else, and that's what the world, and that's why they so fucked up by the world, because it's like they feel like motherfuckers won't accept them for them. And that's why I try to tell people, it ain't like, women, you have to accept that man for who he is. That way he won't turn into somebody that he won't know. And a lot of times, a lot of street niggas be corny. They do corny shit, put their hands on women, do a lot of shit. And that's because they be mentally fucked up and going through something. I know I seen a street nigga start doing coke before, believe it or not, because he was so stressed out. But that's what I'm saying, man. You got to know who you get in a relationship before you get in a relationship with him. Take shit easy with a nigga like that. Okay, I'm gonna go to the bum ass nigga. A bum ass nigga don't give a fuck. He put his hands on you in front of the kids. He lie, he cheat, he steal. He has sex with any woman he want to. He play manipulation games. He'll try to manipulate you on the phone, text you on the phone, saying comments and threats and shit like that to let him back in the house. See, when a man like that, when a nigga like that has power and control over you, he know for a fact that he can say whatever he say to you and you're gonna do it, because it ain't always just about the sex. A nigga having you mentally more than physically, that's the crazy part about it. A mentally and physically person, like mentally is one thing, physically is another thing. A physical motherfucker can just put his hands on you, give you black eyes, shit like that. That's something that you need to stay away from too. You gotta start seeing signs about niggas like that, especially niggas who check their record, you feel me? Check what goes on with them in the streets around a bunch of other niggas and who they fuck with. Because if he a bum ass nigga to you, just know another nigga know he a bum ass nigga, and another nigga know he is, and that's why they treat him the way they treat the nigga, because they know he'll play them for any dollar out. That's why I try to tell y'all, man, ladies, it ain't all the grass ain't always greener on the other side. It's not always greener. You may just accept a nigga because you love him, but in reality, harsh reality, that the nigga is really a fucking bum, and you shouldn't be being with, like, you shouldn't be being with him. I look at shit from every other perspective, like. It's not about the money, the cars, the jewelry. A lot of these niggas be mentally fucked up and don't want to admit that fuck up, but take their problems out on you, and you don't necessarily deserve that, especially if you're a good woman doing what you got to do. If you 30 up and up and up still dealing with that shit, it's time to let that shit go. And I know it's a lot of women out here who literally was going through that shit, or probably surpassed that shit, or seen it happen, or this, that, and the third, you feel me? I don't necessarily knock what type of relationship y'all have. I just know a lot of shit don't be healthy, and it can lead to you dying, and it can lead to this nigga dying, because he can push you to the limit, ladies, and they can push you to the limit, ladies, and you do some shit to them that you might regret. And that's one thing you don't want to do. You got to think about your kids and think about what's going on. If the nigga not being a father to your kids and that y'all both had, that nigga wasn't a father from the jump. He just was a sperm donor. He was a nigga who just had kids by you because it was something to do. A lot of niggas do shit to try to trap y'all too. Pay attention. Watch who you lay yourself in bed with, and watch what type of man you mess with. I'm telling y'all right now, as a loving and caring man, go for something different. Quit going for what you know, because this street nigga shit ain't gonna last but so long. Niggas gonna have money, then they gonna lose it. Niggas gonna do this and then they gonna lose it. Niggas gonna do this and then they gonna lose it. I'd rather you deal with a nigga who's struggling and trying to come up in the world, instead of dealing with a nigga who feel like he got it and all the bitches around him, he can fucking do what he wanna do. Niggas like that, bro, they clearly wanna bring something back home to you. Any type of sexual disease they can. They ain't too trustworthy. But peace. Follow me at Actualtruth_. Follow me at TG.2. Like, comment, subscribe to Actual Truth. Peace.